Hi, Mr. Salogar here to give you a few pointers on erosion and deposition landscape features associated with rivers. First slide, what we have is we're pointing out this is called the headwaters or the source of the river. That is where it begins. Some things you should know about that. They typically have V-shaped valleys. They're very fast moving here. They usually have steep gradients, and the primary process at this location will be erosion. As you move downstream, you're noticing that the gradient is decreasing, it's becoming flatter, and the river starts to move side to side. This is called meandering, and you have a little landscape feature called an oxbow lake, which I will visit a little bit later. And at the end, when the river slows down, it will begin to deposit sediment as it loses velocity and build up a landscape feature called a delta. This is where the mouth of the river is located. This shows a floodplain, and this would happen in an old age river where the river has been moving side to side across a very gentle gradient. The channel will keep switching its position, and the locations of erosion and deposition will be constantly changing. The red line in this diagram shows the location where the river is moving the fastest. It will first move towards location A with the greatest velocity, and that location will be dominated by erosion. At location B, this is an inside bend of the river. And when the water flows through the inside bend, it slows down. Anytime it slows down, there will be deposition, and sand and gravel will typically pile up on these inside bends. The water will then go towards the next turn, and it will be directed right towards location D, where it will do more erosion. This is where the water will be flowing the fastest, it will be the deepest, and it will cut away at this bank. You notice there's a steep bank right there. Then it will continue on its way. Location C will be a location of deposition. You notice that there's a little bit of a floodplain development across here periodically during a flood stage. Maybe in the spring when the snow melts, it will overflow its banks and there will be deposition over in these areas. If we were to walk across from C to D, we would notice that the depth of the water would get deeper and deeper as you go towards C. This is a little profile view where this represents the top of the water and this represents the bottom of the stream. So at location D, you would step in, it'd be really deep. At location C, it'd step in and it would be shallow there. This shows a meandering river. You've got a couple of different features here. At location A, it is a straight reach of the river. So it would probably look a little bit more like this, where it would be more symmetrical. The fastest point in the stream would be just below the surface in the middle because you would have friction along the sides of the river channel and at the surface with the air. Locations B and D are both outside bends, so there would be dominantly erosion there. And at location C, the water would slow down through that inside turn and there would be deposition. This feature over here is called the oxbow or the oxbow lake. And what's happened here is the river used to take a tight turn and cut around through here. And eventually the erosion of the outside bend cut through there and cut off that part of the channel, and the river no longer flows through there. I hope that this helped you to better understand some of the landscape features associated with rivers.